Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with why I will never come back to the United States. What did the US do to you, my guy? We're gonna find out. Before we do, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. What we got?
This is the story of why I left the United States and why I have no intentions to live there. It's a scary decision to leave the country that you grew up in. I was lucky to be born there, but I had the choice to leave, and so I chose to go.
Okay.
In my search for a home, I ended up in a tiny country that I knew nothing about. I want to tell this story for anyone who doesn't feel satisfied with the place they were born in, to all the people that are curious to see more of the world. There's a world out there waiting for you, and it's full of surprises. Let's back up a little bit. This is me. I would describe myself as a little tornado, unable to stay put in one place. I think I had a hyperactive imagination that led me to create entire worlds in my head. As a kid, I invented languages. I knew very early on that I had to chase adventures. Adventure is what makes me feel alive. One of the things that drives so many of my adventures is this obsession that I have on learning about how other people see the world. Learning about other societies, other worldviews, other perspectives.
I love that. I love that to have that curiosity, right? And to want to see the world, but also want to learn how other people see the world, learn the perspectives of other people from around the world, right? I think that's absolutely awesome. And I feel like all humans, to an extent, like have a curiosity of wanting to explore and wanting to see the world for sure.
Other worldviews, other perspectives. When I was in high school, I went on my first trip abroad without my parents, and it was to Spain. And that was a quite eye-opening experience for me because for the first time, I was seeing firsthand how different life could look from what I had gotten to know growing up. I absolutely loved how different the Spanish sounded when they spoke, how different their cities looked from the town that I was from. I say this a lot about travel abroad, but for me it felt like stepping into an alternate universe where even the most basic things looked different, like the food or the streetlights. When I returned to the United States, I could not stop thinking about the world that existed out there. You know, it had captured my imagination, and returning to my town felt like re-entering a bubble. And I've spent a lot of my life since then trying to expand my bubble, seeing and experiencing things that I would never be able to see or experience otherwise. To help tell this story of expanding my bubble, I want to take you on a little journey to a micronation in the heart of Europe called Luxembourg. A place that, for a dumb American like me, seems like something straight out of a fiction novel. I want to take you to this place because it represents something very important to me that I can't get in the United States, which is a different history and a different vantage point of the world. Spending time in places like these is how I am expanding my bubble. For whatever
I just really like this guy, bro. I really like the fact that he not only has the curiosity of wanting to learn about the world, but he actually stepped out, and when it was possible for him to go, he took off. Know what I'm saying? And he got to see certain parts of the world, and he fell in love with certain parts. And so when he got back, it felt like it was coming back to like a bubble that was like, know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you're in a jail, like locking you in, and it's like after seeing so much, like all you can think about is I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to learn more about the rest of the world. I don't want to be stuck here in this bubble. And so his option was to expand that bubble. Shout out to him for that, because I know, like I said, so many people like have the curiosity of wanting to see the rest of the world, but not many actually do step out of that bubble.
Time in places like these is how I am expanding my bubble. For whatever reason, I just didn't take to many typical American traditions. I didn't play American football or baseball. I never watched a Super Bowl final. I didn't go to prom. I didn't attend my high school graduation. I didn't go to university and join a fraternity. I've never cared about spring break or Halloween. For whatever reason, I just never felt super connected or tied down to the United States. Honestly, this country is full of little surprises. Somehow, in the same city right now, I'm sitting on stairs right by this river passing through. This is so nice, so lovely. And then you just see the very Luxembourgish architecture everywhere, these very impressive stone walls. This is nice. And so I felt like I had to find, or create rather, my home somewhere else. I've met a lot of people that have told me that learning English for them has opened up all kinds of doors and opportunities for them. It has been a way to escape what felt like their own little bubble of whatever little town or country that they're from. And I have experienced the same thing, just in the opposite direction. I found that learning other languages has opened all kinds of doors in my life, given me access to different ways of living and different perspectives on the world and different people. Luxembourg, incredibly, is just 2 hours away by train from Paris, where I live currently. This is something that I love about Europe. You can take a short train ride and be in a place where the food and language are completely different. Peanut butter latte. Did you just heard those words, right? Peanut butter latte. Luxembourg style. I've never tasted something like this before. For starters, I'm amazed that a place like this can even exist, squished in between three very powerful neighbors, Belgium, Germany, and France. Despite changing possession many times over the last centuries, it is currently a sovereign state. And what impresses me the most about this is that despite its imposing neighbors, it has its own unique culture and identity. To be Luxembourgish is to not be French or German or Belgian. So I'm wearing right now clothing that has been upcycled by a lovely Luxembourgish woman by the name of Debbie. Where is she?
Hello!
Right now we're in this like little square. Music was playing earlier, I don't know what happened, but it's amazing. This is just a lovely little secret corner. Wow, I love this. Yeah. Whoa. I'm getting pictures taken of me right now. As always, I'd like to ask a few questions to the locals to better understand the Luxembourgish identity. Do you feel like Luxembourg has successfully created its own sort of identity, if you will, or does it get kind of squashed by these super powerful countries that are nearby?
No, I do think that we definitely have like a strong own identity. Like, I mean, we have our own language, we have our own
culture.
Food,
we have our own culture. But we learn about so many cultures growing up. We're so familiar with the German culture and the French culture and different languages. And I mean, we feel very strong about our identity, but I think the moment you leave Luxembourg, nobody really knows about it. But it's very, very proud people.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this. Look, I gotta add Luxembourg on my list of places that I want to visit, right? So it's like they're squished in between three powerful countries, but Luxembourg has its own identity. They also learn about all the cultures of the countries that are surrounding them, those three countries. But they have their own culture. They have their own identity. They're very proud people. Like, and you see just when he was in that corner, just how friendly people looked. I love that, man.
He knows about it, but it's very, very proud people.
Yeah.
Toi, t'as l'impression d'être à l'étranger ici? Enfin, de ne pas être en France?
Ouais, quand même.
Ah ouais? This, by the way, is Elsa, my guide in Luxembourg to help me better understand the country. She's French, but grew up here. I already have a feeling I'm gonna like this country a lot, partially because almost everybody here, if I'm not mistaken, is a polyglot. So many different languages are spoken here. 4, right? Basically, English, German, French, and Luxembourgish. Can you rank them?
Je crois que le français c'est la première langue.
Ok, d'accord, donc plutôt français.
Luxembourgeois, allemand, anglais.
Okay. Is there a culture in particular that has more of an impact? Like, do you feel like it's closer to French, closer to German?
It's a very interesting question because I've thought about that quite a lot. I think it used to be closer to French because our grandparents would speak more French, but I think nowadays a lot of kids feel more related to Germany because, for example, we don't have Luxembourgish TV, so a lot of people watch German TV growing up.
We don't know how to write Luxembourgish.
Okay, this is not the first time I've heard of this. It's like it's more of a spoken language, right?
It's not taught in school. I think we have 14 years of school, and you have 1 year where you learn Luxembourgish, and the rest you just speak it. So, for example, when you go to a store, a lot of places you speak French or German, but it's most with your friends' family where you speak language.
Do you see what I mean? I find that incredible. These people had an utterly different experience of childhood than me.
People outside sometimes think that Luxembourg is just all about bags, and it's not. It's culture, music, entrepreneurs, and they need to break the stereotypes. And I try to do my part by sharing cool content about Luxembourg.
Say something in Luxembourgish.
Can I just first say that food looks absolutely incredible. Like, I wanted to bite out their plates. But no, that's so cool. So it's like, it used to be French, but now the younger kids are relating more towards Germany. And it's a spoken language. Like, they don't know how to write it down. They don't know how to write Luxembourgish. I've never even heard of Luxembourgish, which I think is absolutely awesome. But it's more of a spoken language with friends and family. Bro, this is dope.
Do my part by sharing cool content about Luxembourg.
Say something in Luxembourgish.
Wonderschön.
What does that mean?
Super pretty.
Super pretty. Wonderschön. Being in a place like this, free from the pressures and expectations of the society that I grew up in, I find it liberating. I get to be an observer. I get to learn about the things that this place does well and not so well. Where are you taking me, Elsa? Whoa.
Gorgeous, man. Oh my God.
So before I dive into part 2 and why I may never return to the United States, I wanted to talk about the sponsor of this video, which is MusicBed. And I am over the moon over the fact that they're sponsoring this video because music is extremely important to my storytelling and creative process. If you are a filmmaker looking... Okay, into part 2. Why I may never return. There are 3 reasons why I may never return to live in the United States. And I guess it's important to make that clarification because I'll probably go back to visit friends and family. But in terms of spending my life there, at this stage in my life, I don't see it as very likely. And these are the reasons why. The first is that I never felt culturally American. I might be the least American you will ever meet. I honestly think we should be using the word Usonian instead of American because American really should be a word that describes people from all over the Americas. I probably say that because my parents are from South America. If you look at my family tree, it spreads across 5 different continents over the last 5 centuries. So I'm a total mix of different things. I am liking this city more and more by the second. It's kind of weird. There's like an old part of the city and then there's this like super futuristic stuff. Look at these buildings over here too. Just very 21st century.
Yeah, very much.
I've mentioned the idea of home and belonging somewhere several times already.
Wow.
I think it's a deep human desire and something I've felt myself longing for so long. And after a lot of looking and a lot of kind of wandering, I think is the right word to use to describe it, I think I found that place. I feel quite connected to France and Paris in particular, and have started to create a sense of community here after meeting people and spending a lot of time here. And I feel like even if I leave for a while, I always end up wanting to return here. It's a place that I feel comfortable in. You know, I really like the lifestyle and the mindset. It's fun living here, and people eat so well, and it's so beautiful. And again, I love how a beautiful country like Luxembourg can be so nearby. I feel very lucky to be able to say those things, and I recognize that there's a level of privilege that's a part of all of this. The second reason is the freedom that I mentioned a little bit earlier on, of being able to sort of be whoever I want to be, not having that kind of pressure and expectation that I felt growing up. It's like I have a chance to start over, and I don't want to give that up. This Sunday...
I can definitely understand that. The first of all, just in America, he didn't feel like, I don't know, culturally American. He didn't feel like this was his home. This was the place where he belonged. And so going out and traveling, he got to get a sense of how the world is, and he got to find a place that more felt like home, that more fit with him. And I absolutely love that. And he has the freedom to get to be the person that he wants to be. And that's all you can ask for in life, right? Happiness. Whatever makes you happy.
It's like I have a chance to start over, and I don't want to give that up.
This Sunday is quite stormy, tons of rain coming down, and I'm loving it.
We're playing cards here. Somebody's singing over there. I get this beautiful view, water, and it's good. I'm just chilling.
Okay, new update, like, I don't know, 2 minutes later. It's like really going right now.
There's rain all over. Oh my God.
Okay, so it's getting really intense. Oh my God. No, seriously, like this is out of nowhere. I can't even see anymore. We're refusing to move. We're gonna stay here. We're playing cards this Sunday. Here you go. I'm gonna distribute.
To some people, I'm uneducated or irresponsible for doing things this way. And to that I say, there are many ways to get an education. And this is mine. Thanks for watching.
Preach.
I'll see you guys soon.
I feel like that way is actually a better way of getting an education. I gotta check out more of his videos because I really enjoyed that. He just definitely seems like a genuine, like, happy person. And who's exploring the world and having an amazing time and finding all these great places. I don't know. It's just something that you'd want to do. But that's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Ring notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. I love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.